What's next?
Ooh, buddy, Elysian. I might actually bring this one back out.
So Elysian is another one that I don't have a team for anymore because this used to be like the most consistent way to multi-attack in Granblue Fantasy.
Used to.
However, it used to be. You don't need that anymore. So what do we do now? Where have we gone with Elysian? What do you do?
All right, massive level bonuses: 2,000 HP, 12% defense, 8% debuff resistance, 20% debuff success.
Okay, okay.
At skill level 20, you get the ability Elegance. Boosted all allies multi-attacks based on their buffs. In numbers, do not ask me because this came out like a couple days ago.
Right. But it is essentially a kind of neon style where your very existence gives people multi-attack. This is also a strong feature of Masquerade as a class. Your
Yep.
very existence in the front line means that people get multi-attack, which is nice.
All right, and then Concludere also gives debuff resistance stacking. So it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right, moving on. What's the next one?
Appsaurus. All right.
Appsaurus. So Appsaurus is one of those ones where we keep talking about it, going one day Appsaurus. And so the problem with Appsaurus is that it's like stuck between being a damage class and a support class, and it's not really good enough at either of
It's
them.
not. It doesn't succeed in either.
So where we start with Appsaurus is that they actually reworked the very first the skill one. So it used to be that skill one had different effects based on whether you had a spear main hand or an axe main hand. And honestly, neither of them was very appealing. So now the thing that you get for instead is you get the effects based on the number of spears and axes that you have equipped, which is spears and axes. Can you think off the top of your head what fills their grid with spears and axes? Like the old Eden grid for light did that, but the old Eden grid is kind of out of favor. The new dark grid is full of axes.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
Like Rongo Miniad is a spear. The Pillar of Flame is a spear. That's 3. But then you're like, there's no reason to have a light axe unless it's Certificus main hand.
Yeah, I'm about to say, or the multi attack one
Mm-hmm.
from Luo.
It's true. Sacred. There's also Sacred Standard. So there's maybe a reason to do this in light, maybe, or in
So,
dark.
I actually really think
Mm-hmm.
that it's more important to get at least to three. Three, I
What do you
think
get at
three.
3?
It activates twice.
Aha.
And so I'll list off Thunder and Water for all its numbers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So is this the full version or is this the new version?
This is before 30.
Okay, this is before 30. Got it. Let's go break that down.
So if you have one axe,
Mm-hmm.
which you're forced to have one axe or sphere
You have to have it in your main
you
hand.
main hand, you get 10% skill damage up, stackable to 40%.
Okay, but that's not.
Two,
That's actually the worst. One of the worst buffs in the game because skills are the very first thing that hit cap. Keep going.
yeah, two, 20% charge bar.
20% charge bar was actually one of the main reasons to use the previous Thunder on the Water.
Three, activates twice.
Okay.
So the thing that you get for 4 and 5, four after level 30.
Mm-hmm.
5% skill damage cap up to 20%,
Not bad.
and 5% damage cap up to 20% at 5.
Yeah. So there, if you're in like an old version of Wind, chat's like, oh yeah, so there's Vortex of the Void and your Opus, and it's like Wind Appsaurus, and you're like, no, no, don't delude yourself into thinking this is what you're going to be running. Katanas are too good when you are a wind player. Anyway, so the new support skill that you get at 20 though, DJ. This one's
Oh yeah,
complicated, but go ahead.
is it really complicated? I don't think so.
It's just wordy.
It's the same as like any other like Fiorito.
Fiorito, yeah. All right, so
So based on the number of axes or spears,
mhm.
at 1 you get 20% unique modifier attack.
Okay, Sure.
2, guaranteed double attack.
Sure.
3, amplify 30%.
That's where you start getting really good. Yeah.
4, 10% damage cap.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10% chaser.
I'm torn on this.
Like I said, I still say the magic number is 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Like for Fiorito, the magic number was 5. For Xion, I don't think you really cared that much because it was based on characters more for Xion.
Correct.
But for
Well, there was one thing where she had, which was based on number of katanas.
which is the post CA nuke, was it?
Let me check.
I think it's the number of hits based on the number of katanas that you have. But like this Appsaurus package is
Skill 2. Yeah,
oh,
it's
is
a
it?
nuke.
Okay.
The one that gives her all the meter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
no,
so
she also had one based on number of katanas.
okay. Yeah. So yeah. I really want to see more testing on Appsaurus. Like some people use it because they just like Appsaurus as a concept.
I'm using it right now because it looks funny.
Yeah.
Just having all the meter.
Um, the requirements are kind of annoying because you have to make sure that you have at least, well, you don't have to, but you should make sure you have at least 3 spears or axes in your grid, and not every grid can do that. Just
Yeah,
like
my fire grid does.
what Soul Remnant?
Nope.
What are your
That
axes?
thing's not even level skill level 20 for me, Dom.
Xeno axe.
That's one.
Um.
Opus.
Oh, I was gonna say the there's the Opus, and then there is a
Bamboo.
oh, that's right, yeah. I mean that's not bad. It's just that one of those things is it's harder. Like Earth with axes and spears is like you have metal that you use. You have like the Yahada's Naginata or the Autumn's whatever it's called spear, and then the Alexial axes. But it's like there's so much better things to be doing still.
Look, I told you I'm doing this for a meme.
That's true. That's true. But it's like like I said, it's caught between doing too many things still. Because look at all of these bonuses to skill damage and to field damage cap, and then they're like, "Hey, become an auto attacking class." Like I could just hit Wolfidin.
Who also uses an axe as a main hand?
Yeah. Like I could just swing with triple attack and amped autos also. And a chaser that doesn't require me to warp my grid around it. But it's
Yeah.
Rodrant does mention, but skill 1 can hit very hard now. And that's true. That's so you can go up to like 6 hits with it. And what, 40 meter?
That's the only reason I'm using it because of the fire grid.
Yeah, 6 hits and 4 meter. And it's just like or alternately, you can hit skill 1 on a berserker and you have 100 meter. But yeah, it's an option. Like
the berserker does not have that many multi hitting nukes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's still an improvement for Appsaurus. Like they did not ignore this. They are trying a new thing with it. The previous direction didn't work. A funny casualty of this is Helmviga. The poor little Helmviga, which is one of the most mocked class champion weapons anyway. I made one before. This Helmviga, where are you? Here you are. The whole point of the Helmviga is that the Helmviga is both a spear and an axe, and you're just like, well, there's one less skill that actually cares about this. You have like Swan Song and not Thunder on the Water, Lightning Strike, and you're just like, oh well, Helmviga sucked anyway. Feel free to keep redesigning these things.
I really don't like that two of its skills are based on skills that aren't that great in the first place.
Oh yeah, they're awful. All right. Anyway, keep going. What are we after Appsaurus? We're getting into the newer stuff now.
Chrysaor.
Crusader is a spicy one. So Crusader
2019.
Crusader is a spicy one. We can go right here.
I'm going to say the numbers now.
Mm-hmm.
3,500 attack, 20% DA, 10% CA damage cap. The
The
more
DA is
important thing.
Yeah, the DA is kind of nothing. Most people use Crusader as a CA class, especially since the class is so freaking good at generating meter, outside of just pressing like weapon burst or whatever, or full arsenal. So its new support skill is boost to chain burst specs. Sure,
Yeah,
it's
why
free
not?
damage. It's free damage. You can chain burst by yourself with this class. The spicy
Next,
one,
next thing, Blade Top 2.
the button that people just don't press.
Hey, let's just give you 30 meter.
I'm okay with this. Let's have 30 free meter on a 4 turn cooldown
Yeah, why not?
on a
Yeah, it's
class that
pretty good.
also has in Japanese it's Arsegal. In English it is what Aurum Flow. That's what it is.
Aurum Flow.
Yeah. Yeah. When I fought Granny's sister, she was like, "Screw CAs, I'm using Diptych." that skill is so bad for Crusader. I've tried it before,
It's
and it's
funny.
just like, yeah. Anyway, Crusader was already a good class. It didn't need that much, and what it got is quite good. So, well done, Crusader. Next up.
Man, we made a strong class strong.
Yeah,
Surprise.
right?
Hey, speaking of strong classes being strong, Lumberjack.
Oh, baby.
All right, 2,000 attack, 14% healing, 10% skill damage, 10% skill damage cap.
And
Those
one
ones only kind of matter, only kind of, but
the healing number actually does matter a lot,
yeah.
because that's what you're using this class for, is because it does a little bit of everything, but it is one of the best full auto classes in the game because it debuffs, it buffs, it heals, it heals on full auto, because if you take damage and such, you will heal reactively.
And now you level 20, you just heal when you chain burst.
So it's a good one. It's a good one. And then the new
All right, how
woodcutter
they
song.
change Woodcutter's song? They put an extra turn on it.
Instead of 3 out of 6, it's 4 out of 6. This is all it needs. Like, this is
That
more
that,
than
that,
enough,
that skill was super good in the first place. So
and it's now even better, because remember that woodcutter song actually cares about the number of buttons that are pressed while it's up, and
yep,
the thing is that this is another turn of it to be up.
yep.
Very, very good changes to the lumberjack class. It is even better at what it did.
It didn't even need
before.
it. It really didn't need it, man.
Yeah, step 1, set up full auto lumberjack. Step 2, take comfy nap, because lumberjack will take you through this whole thing.
It
Slices and
really did not
dices.
need it.
It slices, it dices. The shoe bill stares at the enemy and petrifies it. Like, this did not need to get that much better. It got better on full auto.